But estimates of the revenue generated by being global and of the savings reaped by different bits of the firm sharing the same infrastructure often appear to be plucked out of thin air.
To pluck something out of the air means to come up with an answer for something without much thought, without much calculation. Almost like a magician will reach up into the air and pluck a coin out of the air or pull a rabbit out of his hat. So the idea is that the answer that somebody comes up with is not a very strong answer, not very credible. To pluck is to basically pull something with your finger. So you can pluck a guitar string. You can also pluck feathers off of a chicken if you eat chicken the old-fashioned way, or pluck a hair off of some place on your body. So if you pluck a number out of the air, you say any number and not one that's the result of careful calculation. I don't think I normally do this, because if you're forced to give an answer for something, if you're forced to give the answer for something where you don't know the answer, a lot of people will just pluck an answer out of the air, whether it's right or wrong. Or if they think they might know the answer, but it's really more of a guess, they can also pluck the answer out of the air. So for example, a teacher might ask a student, "What's the capital of Ohio?" And the student will answer, "Ohio City." For example, when I was a kid, the teacher asked me what the capital of Ohio was, and I had no idea. So I just plucked an answer out of the air and said, Ohio City. For example, during Soviet times in Russia, the Communist Party would make these extravagant goals that were very difficult to set. So when the time came to say what the production was, they would just pluck numbers out of the air and say whatever they had to say to make it sound good.
When the world's first electronic cigarette was invented in Beijing in 2003, the device was hailed as a godsend for tobacco fiends.
A godsend is something that is very helpful, oftentimes at a critical time, or just something in general that is helpful. For example, when you're on vacation, having extra money can be a godsend, especially if anything goes wrong and you need to spend more than you wanted to. And in difficult economic times, just having a job can be a godsend, because that way you're able to pay for everything until the economy gets better. The word godsend literally means something sent by God. So it can be something that's very helpful, or could be a valuable event, person, or thing. A few years ago, we had a flood in the basement, and I had to take everything out of the basement and put it out in the yard. But fortunately, we had a very sunny day, which was a godsend. So everything was able to dry out before it got too badly damaged. I was on my way to an interview last week, and unfortunately I was late. And so I was waiting for the train. As soon as I got to the train station, the train came, and I got to the interview at 8:59, 1 minute to spare. So that train was a complete godsend. ESL-fullsteamahead.com